Hi guys, I'm Mike and this is F1 Fanatics. Welcome back to another F1 Weekly News Show. This is the place where we round up all the latest news from the world of F1 and we bring it to you. And guys, we're starting off with the main news story of this week, and that is the fact that Nicholas Latifi has been signed by Williams for their 2020 seat, completing the 2020 grid. Not really surprised. This has kind of been heavily rumoured for a long while that Nicholas Latifi would come into the Williams seat. You know, he comes with financial backing, which is important for Williams at this time. They are a team who are struggling financially, so someone like Latifi is really important to kind of help the development of the car for future seasons. Nicholas Latifi himself finished second in Formula 2 this season. It'll be interesting to see how he competes against George Russell. That's it. I'm not entirely sure that this is Nicholas Latifi who's going to go on and be kind of set the world of F1 alight, but as soon as you get an opportunity and a seat in F1, it is yours for the taking. So it's exciting to see what the partnership of George Russell and Nicholas Latifi will do next year for Williams and see whether they can take that car closer to competing with the midfield rather than where nobody in F1 wants them to be, which is at the back in their own kind of league at the moment. Yeah, not great for Williams, but hopefully this brings in a new age of kind of positivity and development for Williams F1. So Nicholas Latifi confirmed for that Williams seat in 2020. With that confirmation, it means that the grid has been confirmed for the 2020 season in F1. So that means we have Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas at Mercedes. We have Sebastian Vettel and Charles Leclerc at Ferrari. Max Verstappen and Alexander Albon at Red Bull. At McLaren, we have Carlos Sainz and Lando Norris. Renault, that new partnership of Daniel Ricciardo and Esteban Ocon. The same partnership at Racing Point with Sergio Perez and Lance Stroll. The same partnership as what we're ending the season with is Pierre Gasly and Daniel Kvyat at Toro Rosso. Haas, they've kept Roman Grosjean and Kevin Magnussen. Alfa Romeo again keeping their partnership of Kimi Raikkonen and Antonio Giovinazzi, and that last confirmed partnership of Nicholas Latifi and George Russell at Williams. In terms of some announcements in F2 next year, Mick Schumacher in the Prema car will be partnered by F3 winner Robert Shwartzman, so that is going to be an absolutely fantastic battle to watch on track as they fight for kind of next Ferrari spot in Formula 1. So it's going to be really interesting. I reckon they're going to have some great on-track battles next year. Marcus Armstrong, who also drove for Prema in F3, a Ferrari junior, he has moved to the ART racing team, taking Nick de Vries' seat. Those are probably my main three to be looking out for in Formula 2 for next year. So yeah, make sure that when the feature races are on and sprint races are on, in between the F1 races, make sure you go and check those guys out. I'm sure it's going to be a very exciting battle in F2 next year. Certainly something to look forward to. Now we move on to a deal that is probably very good for Red Bull in terms of engine manufacturers going to be working with them and driving them forward. We've seen the progress that Honda have made this year. If they keep making that progress, it does look like they can go back to competing at the top of Formula 1, which would be obviously where Red Bull and their fans want them to be. So they have secured a one-deal extension which confirms that Honda will remain in F1 as an engine supplier for the 2021 season. And I believe it's only a one-year extension because they're probably going to be looking, how is 2021 actually going to go? How is our development going? Can we really progress and compete with the top guys in the sport? Is it worth all this investment? And I think the early signs of things, it probably is for Honda. They are improving, they are getting better. It's a really good partnership with them and Red Bull. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out and how their development continues over the next 2 seasons. Now on to some sadder news in terms of regard to drivers. Valtteri Bottas has announced that he will be getting divorced from his wife. So obviously that's sad for personally, and I wanted to highlight this, not to go they're getting divorced, but to go, it shows the pressures of what Formula 1 drivers and what everyone who works in F1 has to go through, and what the strains it goes through on relationships. So it is very sad. Obviously, you know, coming off probably his best season in Formula 1, it's not the ideal way that Valtteri Bottas probably wants to end this season. So obviously, yeah, thoughts for him starting from the back of the grid in Abu Dhabi, not the best kind of situation for him, but hopefully he can have a good race, overtaking through the field and have a strong finish to his season. And then bringing the mood back up again with more positive news. Again, another personal one. Congratulations to Sebastian Vettel and his wife on their third child. I believe it is a baby boy coming in. I don't know if this is just kind of fan rumours that he named him Lewis. But yes, congratulations to Sebastian Vettel. He'll obviously be wanting to have a good weekend to kind of celebrate the birth of his third child. And that, guys, I believe is a roundup of all the latest news in F1 this week, mixed in obviously with some driver lineups, some kind of engine manufacturer stuff and some personal stuff at the end as well. So I've hoped you enjoyed, and if you've enjoyed this weekly news roundup, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Comment down below with your thoughts on the news stories. Do you think Nicholas Latifi is a good bet for Williams? Do you think the Latifi and George Russell partnership is going to be a successful one for them? I suppose it raises the questions again as of paid drivers. I mean, most F1 drivers at some stage in their careers are paid drivers, but I suppose the main reason Nicholas Latifi has probably got that seat is due to his ability to stump up the cash. So that's probably a conversation to have below. What do you make on Honda extending their contract into 2021? Love to hear your thoughts on that, and who are your exciting talents you're looking forward to in partnerships in Formula 2, with obviously the announcement of Shwartzman and Marcus Armstrong, two very good drivers from F3 coming up, and obviously there will be more. I think Lundgaard is also expected to come into maybe partnering Marcus Armstrong in that ART racing team. But guys, if you are new around here, don't forget you can subscribe to the channel, click that bell notification if you want more content just like this. We will be obviously with you with qualifying live reactions and race live reactions over the course of the race weekend, as well as our driver ratings on Monday, and on Tuesday, as always, it will be our last of the 2019 season, our race review podcast, where we look at incidents in a little bit more detail. But for now, you F1 fans, keep racing!